Boyne Golf. Discover Michigan. Discover Boyne Golf. Costa Rican Golf Adventures. Tee it up on the wild side, baby.
Hey, welcome to This Week on Golfin Around. We're at the beautiful Bay Hill Resort in Orlando, Florida. Bay Hill Resort. Now who used to hang around here? That's right, the king himself, Arnold Palmer. So let's tee it up this week on Golfin Around from the beautiful Arnold Palmer Bay Hill Resort in Orlando, Florida.
Well, now we've seen a lot of trouble shots. And for our purposes here, we can't go over the tree, we can't go to the right, and we can't go to the left, and we can't hit a normal shot. So we're going to have to go on the water, meaning we're going to skip it across the water. Now we're going to skip it across the water with the ball above our feet and our right foot a little higher than our left foot, and we've seen all those shots. And of course, we're going to make it go right across the water, skip up onto the green, and naturally, we're going to make a one putt. Let's try it. The ball's higher than our feet, and it's a little to the back as we take the club, and here we go. Oops. The ball had a cut in it, and that's why it dove into the water. You have to have a perfect golf ball to make this shot work. So we'll try it one more time. This time, we do not have a cut in the golf ball. One more time, because that ball was a Jack Nicklaus ball. You have to catch it just right so that when it gets to the bank on the other side, it doesn't catch the edge. It has to hit up in the middle of the bank on that fifth skip. You notice it was the fifth skip, right? There we go, and a one putt for a birdie.
Disney happened after
Palmer.
After Palmer. So I guess the Disney heard Mr. Palmer was here, and they said, we need to go there.
It makes sense. Yeah. It makes sense. You know, when we talk about Arnie, not only his reputation as a great golfer, winning 4 times at the Masters at Augusta, his favorite victories, he always said. He loved making that Southern tour, playing at Augusta. But it's Arnie the guy, right? Arnie the guy that just welcome to my house, walk around, talk to customers and guests, and he just loved everybody coming to his house, didn't he?
He very, very approachable. He loved his fans. He knew that without the fans, you know, there wouldn't be much out there on the PGA Tour. So he had a great deal of respect for his fans, and I, you know, the days that, you know, tons and tons of them. But he was at the same table every morning for breakfast when he was here, and people would walk in and they'd look around. Oh, there's Arnold Palmer. So you know that you can't buy that kind of advertisement, if you will. He was great, just always welcoming to everybody, and whether it was in there or in the bay window having dinner or in the men's locker room.
You know, when you come to Bay Hill, you get the sense of history that, well, the game of golf provides, but also it's almost like touring Arnold's personal library, and you know, so many pictures on the wall in there. Dean Martin and Arnold are inside. All the pictures in here are incredible when you come to Bay Hill.
Yeah, there's a lot of history on those walls. It's fun to stand at the picture wall, if you will, and watch people stand there for, you know, a long time and take pictures of the pictures.
Yeah.
Because it's just, you know, he's had an amazing career, and he's touched a lot of different folks around the world.
Yeah, you know, Roy, I often say we will only know how much money has been raised through golf and charity, and certainly Mr. Palmer's charitable work, when we all get up to heaven, because it has to be in the hundreds of millions of dollars. And again, Mr. Palmer was a people's person, so helping people that was less fortunate than himself still continues today with the Arnold Palmer Invitational. That just got on. Mr. Molinari, am I saying his name, Molinari?
Francesco Molinari, yes.
I didn't use the Italian accent.
You got to roll the R or something.
What a great victory for him, and again,
Wonderful.
Tournament
Wonderful.
raised a lot of money for charity.
Absolutely. You know, great winner, fabulous. What he did on Sunday was amazing. But great champion, and we're certainly honored to have him as one of our champions now. And you know, Mr. Palmer has done a lot for charities all over the place, whether it's in Latrobe or here in Florida, but the hospitals here, the Arnold Palmer Hospital for Children, and then the Winnie Palmer Hospital for Women and Babies. Very amazing stuff. And my wife Amy, she's leading the charge now. Her father's gone, but she's picked up the torch, and she's carrying it, doing a great job.
As a golfer, you have a passion for the game, for that elusive shot in 100 that reminds you why you play, for nationally recognized courses designed by legends, situated in extraordinary environments, with 10 championship golf courses from designers like Robert Trent Jones and Arthur Hills, and 3 premier Northern Michigan resorts. Boyne provides the ultimate setting for the golf escape of a lifetime. 3 resorts, 10 courses, only one Boyne Golf. Start your round at BoyneGolf.com.
Play today in the United States Golf Challenge, where the country's best 2-person teams battle to become a member of Team USA. Do you have what it takes to be a member of Team USA? As they challenge teams from across the globe in the International Kings Cup. To learn more, log on to www.usgolfchallenge.com.
In Northern Ireland, you don't just play golf. You challenge the narrow fairways of Royal County Down. You revel in stunning landscapes along the Causeway coastal routes. You tee off where the champions play, and you experience golf's best. Play for their piece of history at Royal Portrush, host of the 148th Open in 2019. You write your own storied adventure in Northern Ireland. Begin your journey at ireland.com/golf now.
Hello? Hello? Is this thing on? Hello? Hello? I don't know if it's on or not. Hey, guess what? It's time for the Golfin Around Summer Giveaway. You could win this beautiful King Cobra Mim Wedge worth $159. Yeah, baby, we'll ship it out to one lucky winner at the end of the season. All you have to do is like the Golfin Around Facebook page, then share it. It's so simple. Like, share the Golfin Around Facebook. Hello, is this on? All you gotta do is like and share the Golfin Around Facebook page, and one lucky winner is gonna win this beautiful, versatile King Cobra Mim Wedge. Baby, if you wanna play like the pros play, all you gotta do is like and share the Golfin Around Facebook page, and you, well, one lucky winner is going to win this beautiful King Cobra Mim Wedge. All right, back to summer. Is this thing on? Hello? You know what, when Arnold Palmer came here to Bay Hill in the 1960s, and John certainly knows this, he fell in love with the place, and in the early 70s he says, you know what, I like it so much, I'm gonna buy the place. You know, and that was Arnie, man. When he made a decision and his mind was steadfast on going for the green and going for it, John, as you like to say, he went for it and he bought Bay Hill. Tremendous resort. When the pros come here, what kind of feedback do you get from them?
great feedback. It's a big boys golf course, but it's the sort of golf course that anyone can play. The approaches to the greens, many of them have openings where you can run the ball on. So if you're a bogey golfer or if you're a tour pro, it happens to be in the rough, you can run the ball onto the green, and they love it. It's demanding. Teeing, landing areas are wide enough for the longest hitters, but not so narrow to scare them away. And yes, it's well bunkered, as you can see behind us. Got a little bit of water too.
Bay Hill's spectacular as it is, but several years ago you went through a renovation. Ed Say, Arnold Palmer, Brandon Johnson put there. Was Ed still with us at the time?
No. Mr. Say had passed at that point.
Yeah, I wonder what he thought of you guys tweaking his golf course.
Well, what they did to it, they made it more modern, although at the same time kept it very, very playable. I think he would have approved. Fairway bunkers you couldn't see, and some of the greenside bunkers you couldn't see that well either. So they changed how they were pitched, and now, fortunately or unfortunately, you can see if you're in a bunker.
I definitely, the way I play with a 54 handicap, I like to know where the bunkers are so I can avoid them and somehow still get in them.
You'll see them now, for sure.
I should be paying you a lot of money as director of instruction to make me a better golfer, but that's money I could spend in a bar, John. That's the logic of that.
Unfortunately, you're more apt to spend it in the bar than you are with me.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Well, also about the redesign last year here at Bay Hill, you went ahead and redid the irrigation system, and that's already having benefits in itself.
Absolutely. The irrigation system that we've got now, we can throw water where we want, when we want, as long as we want. So the agronomy has really progressed to a new level. The ground staff really likes it. The tour pros commented, very positively about the golf course this year when they came and played. So, money well spent.
Yeah, and we're here at the end of May now. June is coming, and things are still lush, green, spectacular for Orlando, Florida at this time of year.
Yes, and it's been quite warm for the last couple of weeks, and there really aren't any burnt out spots.
It's a beautiful golf course, so guess what? It is now, the director of instruction, who actually plays beautiful golf, is going to take us on a little tour of Arnold Palmer's Bay Hill Resort golf course. So, Johnny, put your A game in effect, baby.
All right,
let's go out on the greens. All right, Johnny, when the pros come here, this is one of those holes where they own, but for a high hacker like me, at a high, the USGA rules allows me at a 54 to get a card.
Really?
Yes, 54 handicap. I'm darn proud of it. So I've got to play this hole, with some skill and finesse. Tell us about number 6.
Well, number 6 from the back tees is just shy of 600 yards.
600 yards.
So first thing, we should probably, tee it forward if we were going to play. That would be the smart thing. And really, if you play it wisely, don't take the Palmer line.
What is the Palmer line?
Well, the Palmer line would be out over the lake here.
Yeah.
And,
is that what he did?
Go for the green in too. Oh, sure.
I love it.
He wasn't a fan of laying up. That's
never.
Known, right? So, but if we hit one out kind of towards the bunkers on the right, and then we can lay it up wisely and get on the green in regulation. A couple of putts, maybe make a putt.
Is this par 4 or 5 at 600?
Par 5.
Yeah, because that'd be pretty evil,
yes.
To say, let's do it on 4. Well, go ahead and tee it up. I wish you great luck taking the Palmer line.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Sweet. How do you do that, sir?
One take.
Sweet. Bay Hill is not only known for, the home of Arnold Palmer, Brian, it's also known for championship golf. Every spring you have a little event here, the Arnold Palmer Invitational. This course has to be in perfect shape for pros, I assume, Brian.
It is. It's been in great shape for many years now. Our new superintendent, Chris Flynn, has done a fantastic job. And each year during the Arnold Palmer Invitational, the standard that he sets has been elevated year after year.
So many of the players, and you hear this reflected in their interviews with the media and television and radio afterwards, they participate, especially now in this event, all solely because of Arnold Palmer. And you hear the stories that they tell when they were growing up as kids, that he was their hero, yeah?
I think he is everybody's hero that loves golf. He sets such a great example, or he did set such a great example for all of us here at the club.
You know, it's amazing when you hear a Tiger Woods and Jack Nicklaus and Nick Faldo and Tom Watson give testimonial. And these are all great Hall of Fame golfers, Brian. But when they talk about what Mr. Palmer meant to them personally, I mean, we're talking Watson, Nicklaus, that Arnie was their hero. That's an amazing effect, not only has he had on the game as far as building golf courses and charity, but impacting people to play, especially young kids.
He has, like I said, he has set a great example for all of us. Just the way he interacted with the fans and the way he treats everybody, or treated everybody. It was something to behold.
You know, Bay Hill Golf Course, well, we've got the lodge, wonderful accommodations to come down and enjoy. But if you're coming to Orlando to Bay Hill, it is the golf that you're coming for. We had the redesign a few years ago. Let's talk about that. What tweaks did Mr. Palmer and Brandon Johnson make?
In 2009, we changed the grasses and we changed the look of the bunkers. Before 2009, you really could not see the bunkers, the sand, from the tees and from the approach areas.
Really?
And they wanted to make sure that all of that was visible, so there wasn't anything hidden. So everything that you see is right in front of you now.
Yeah, not knowing where the sand traps are might be a little problematic for the first time out. But maybe there was a reason. If you hit it the first time out, you'd want to go in the pro shop and play it again?
Yeah, well, that happens quite often. You know, the replays.
Yeah,
You
I won't
finish
let
the
you
first
give your
time.
secrets away on that one. But truly, Bay Hill is a spectacular golf course, not only hosting the Arnold Palmer Invitational, but people come from all over the world to get a little flavor of Arnold Palmer. Certainly when Arnie was with us, you could go right in there and find him having breakfast, right?
That's exactly right. A lot of people don't realize that we are a private club, but anybody can play Bay Hill. Stay in our lodge or one of the guest houses around our property, you have access to the golf course. And time was when if you were staying in the lodge or playing Bay Hill, you would see Mr. Palmer out here just about every day.
Wouldn't that be something? You're on the first tee. It's nerve-wracking enough to be with your friends on a golf trip and you turn around and there's the legend himself.
Quite often, Mr. Palmer would grab me and take a ride around the golf course. And he would drive right up behind people as they were swinging. He would drive up right near the greens as they were putting. It was a riot to see their reaction.
I'd pick the ball off the tee and throw it, because at that point I could probably throw it a lot further than I could hit it.
Play today in the United States Golf Challenge, where the country's best two-person teams battle to become a member of Team USA. Do you have what it takes to be a member of Team USA? As they challenge teams from across the globe in the International Kings Cup. To learn more, log on to www.usgolfchallenge.com.
As a golfer, you have a passion for the game, for that elusive shot in 100 that reminds you why you play, for nationally recognized courses designed by legends, situated in extraordinary environments, with 10 championship golf courses from designers like Robert Trent Jones and Arthur Hills, and 3 premier Northern Michigan resorts. Boyne provides the ultimate setting for the golf escape of a lifetime. 3 resorts, 10 courses, only one Boyne Golf. Start your round at BoyneGolf.com.
Dick Wilson started it. He was the original architect, and he built it in 1961. But Mr. Palmer came here in the early 60s and played an exhibition, won the exhibition, fell in love with Bay Hill, and decided he'd purchase it. It took him about 7 years, and he bought it and made it his home in Florida. Bay Hill isn't your typical Florida golf course, flat golf course. There's a little bit of subtle contour out here at Bay Hill. So you get elevated tees like on hole 3. There's some good roll on hole 6. 16, 17, and 18 at Bay Hill are pretty epic. That's where there's a lot of drama. You have a reachable par 5 and 16. All the pros can reach here in 2 pretty easily. For the members that play here too, it's a chance to get home in 2. The drama starts here at 16. 17 is a really difficult par 3. Well over 200 yards from the back tee to a really burned out green. As you can see behind us, there's a big beach bunker that fronts the green. You really have to hit a quality golf shot to get it on the green to make your 3 here. And obviously 18 is a very long, demanding par 4. There's been a lot of drama on that par 4 over the years, with Robert Gamez holding out against Greg Norman, to even this year with Rory's putt that mirrored a lot of Tiger's finishes. Well, it was his home. He was ever present here. You'd see him in the grill room, you'd see him on the driving range, you'd see him around the halfway house, you'd see him in the morning having breakfast. He was always greeting the members and the guests. His aura was just entwined with this place, and I think even to this day, you still feel him here. Wow, he was just such a wonderful human being. He was someone that gave a lot of his time to everybody, whether it was other players, just people on the street. He gave people his time, his energy. He's going to be known for an inspirational figure, not only within the golf world, but outside of the golf world. Obviously, his philanthropic endeavors with the hospitals is huge. So I think he's going to be viewed favorably for years to come.
Now, you were going to tell us about Arnold Palmer. He loved this hole, and what happened here?
Mr. Palmer had a great story that he shared with me the first time that I played golf with him, playing this hole. We were waiting, and Howdy Giles, his dentist, said, "Arnold, tell us that story about the time you made par on this hole." And I was like, "Par?" It's like, "Yeah." Well, apparently he had a caddy, Willie, and Willie suggested that it was 200 yards and that he should hit his 3-iron because there was negligible wind. So, hitched his pants, went through his routine, hit the shot right on line, splash.
Oh, no.
He wasn't happy, so he looks at Willie, kind of the way he could look at somebody. "Please bring me the 2-iron. Hands him the 2-iron, tees it up, goes through his routine, hits it in the hole.
Nice!
For a par.
For a par. That is a wonderful story.
Well, it gets better because he looks at Willie and he says, "Willie, I knew it wasn't a 3-iron. He said, "Mr. Palmer, you hit that 2-iron a little fat."
Oh.
So, when I play this hole, that's the story that I remember most.
I love it. And you're going to hit this with a 2-iron today?
No, the 2-iron has left the bag years ago.
No.
I'll be hitting something else.
What's our distance?
We're about 190 yards from this tee.
Yeah, this is one of those par 3s that, it's not a wedge in or an 8 or a 9. This one for, amateur golfers like myself with a handicap of 54 makes you go to work. And, Johnny, for me, this is a hybrid hole that I've got to go at that. But director of instruction, I know you're going to be smooth and nut it.
We're going to try.
All right, let's see what happens.
All right, well, fortunately, Tank gave me a good yardage. I'm pin high, just a little more than 20 feet out. A little bit left to right, but from this length, I'm really just trying to snuggle it up there close and make sure that I can secure a 3 before I move over to the 18th tee.
go, go, go. One.
Nice. Victory lap. All right, so here we are where most of the pros would like to have their approach shot come from on the weekend here during the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Just about 150 yards left, a little wind off the right, water short and right, so we definitely don't want to hit one like Tank. We want to hit it on the green.
No, because, you know, I can't tell you how many fish, unfortunately, I've hurt during the years, Johnny. I mean, I don't want to hurt fish or foul, but it happens. But I'm not the director of golf at the wonderful Arnold Palmer Bay Hill Resort, so you need to focus and put it at the stick.
Well, keep in mind, teaching pro, not touring pro, but I'll give it my best try.
Drinking pro.
Oh, hey.
Good luck, buddy.
All right, thank you.
Go. Yeah. You go in, the smell of peat just overwhelms you.
Okay, well, I navigated that very nicely. I'm quite happy with this shot. Just about 15 feet left for birdie. It would be a great way to end the day here on the golf course. I'm gonna just probably play it just outside the left edge and see if I can't cozy it in there.
For the 2027 Arnold Palmer Invitational, our champion, John O'Leary. John, where did you get your focus to drain that thing?
Well, Arnold Palmer. Where else?
Let's go get an Arnold Palmer with some Tito's handmade vodka. What do you say?
Sounds pretty tasty.
Let's go. That was excellent, my man. You nailed it.